I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Vince.
And it's time once again
to recommend things.
Vince, what do you recommend this evening?
I'm recommending, I know he's a little unheard of, but I'm going to recommend a book by a guy named Neil Gaiman. Have you heard of this guy?
Not even kind of.
I mean, I know he's kind of a newbie on the scene. You know, it's not like a movie's ever been made out of anything he's ever done.
Right.
And he's never written anything of significance. But, so I'm going to recommend
Certainly nothing with numbers in it.
I'm going to recommend this book called Anansi Boys by Neil Gaiman. And,
I will say, sadly, I have not heard of that book.
You've not heard of Neil?
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay.
Should I have?
I don't know.
Okay.
You know, everybody talks about American Gods, but
yeah.
This is the first Neil Gaiman book that I actually took in, and I was highly impressed. Like, the man's grasp of the English language is astounding to me. And what's funny to me about that is our library classifies this as a young adult book, so it's meant for teenagers. I mean, how great is that? You know, a guy who has such a great command of the English language is meant for teenagers. I love that. It's trying to raise the bar.
And does it feel like it's pushed toward teenagers?
It felt like it was just trying to be a good novel.
Cool.
I mean, that's what it felt like to me. It's about magic. It's about gods. It's about people. It's essentially, the story follows this guy who's nicknamed Fat Charlie, and he's dealing with issues about his father. And his father being a recently deceased person, and so now now Fat Charlie is finding out about his brother, who he doesn't ever recall meeting. And there's these false memories that Charlie has, and there's these forgotten memories that Charlie has, and there is a certain amount of magical lineage that Charlie has that he doesn't know that it even exists. And he essentially goes into a world, and he has to fight against family, and has to fight against people that are fighting against his family. And I don't mean with fists. I mean he has to be more clever than that. And I actually didn't read this. I listened to the audiobook. And the audiobook, I forget the guy, but he's pretty famous who actually reads it. But it's a man who has a great voice for a narrator, and he has a great talent for voice modulation to create characters for the novel. And I highly recommend the audiobook, and if you don't like audiobooks, I highly recommend the book, because it's great. I mean, stupid cops, but
they don't like Neil Gaiman.
No. But I mean, if you can read Harry Potter and enjoy it, this is certainly more sophisticated, and it's still considered young adult. Why not?
Today, I'm going to recommend an action figure, Vince. I'm going to recommend I'm going to recommend a recent action figure. I'm recommending the Marvel Select Deadpool. This is the box. Of course, I've opened it. And here is Deadpool on his stand. Actually, don't have anything in his hands right now, but he comes with tons and tons of weapons. Now, let me preface this by saying, as many of you know, I'm not a Deadpool fan. Why, Captain Logan, you being not a giant Deadpool fan, did you buy this figure? Look at it! This is an amazing figure. I got really excited when I saw this, and I'm not even that big of a Deadpool fan, but the detail on it is remarkable, and it's just cool. Part of it is just it's cool to have a figure that comes with this many weapons. Yeah. This guy, he's got guns in his holsters. The guns do come out.
Oh, really?
Which is really kind of unusual for a figure like this.
I love that when figures have removable guns.
He does have a knife up here that I don't know if it comes out. Let me see if I can... Yeah, I don't believe the knife at the top comes out. But he does have... Sorry, it's coming apart. But anyway, it's got this great base. It's got a really cool stand. And he's got lots and lots of weapons, including all the Deadpool standards. You know, he's got his big machine gun, and then he's got his... I'm not going to show you everything, but I mean, he's got his double katanas. He's got two of these, and then he's got... So we're doing an action figure review outside, or at least an action figure, recommend outside.
Hope you can see it.
Hope you guys can see this stuff. This was a last-minute decision to shoot out here.
If you can't see it, look it up on eBay.
And then he's got double size. He's got two of these size. But anyway, so he comes with tons and tons of neat accessories. He's got decent articulation. One thing that I thought was a little bit strange about him, and I'm not a big stickler for articulation because, a lot of you know, a lot of what I buy figures for is just to display, so I just need enough articulation that I can put them in a cool pose. What's odd about this, and I like to complain about figures that have way too much articulation in case a kid wants to play with it and they kind of crumble apart when you try to do a kick or something. But anyway, I have this perspective where I want toys to be somewhat playable. This one is, however, he can't kick forward. He can only really, his legs really only come out like this, and I think that that's a little bit awkward. And yet his hands, his arms go all the way around, and they go out.
Like a rotator cuff does.
But his legs don't. And I thought that was a little bit odd. But anyway, that's really the only complaint I had about him. But like I said, the detail's fantastic. The coloring is remarkable, and again, kind of hard to see out here. It looks a little darker than it is naturally. But anyway, what do you think? Any cool?
I like it.
I just think it's a great figure, and this whole line. I mean, of course, Marvel Select makes fantastic figures anyway. But this particular wave is really great. There's a Cyclops in this wave. It's all X-Men stuff. So there's a Deadpool, there's a Cyclops, there's a Magneto, and there's another, I forget. Oh, a Gambit, and the Gambit is amazing also. It was between him and Gambit when I bought this, but I ended up going with him. Does this knife come out down here? No, it doesn't either. Anyway,
I wonder if maybe it's just not so stiff that it might break. Because I have a figure recently that I bought that did that. Like I have a Marvel Legends Bullseye that I thought didn't move its legs, but I wouldn't force it. I mean, I'm just saying.
Right? Yeah, maybe so. But I'm just saying it doesn't go up and back.
Yeah, the integrity
it absolutely
of the figure,
doesn't go up and back.
The integrity of the figure is much more important than the opposability of its legs. You don't want to rip off its legs.
I'm wrong. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. But yeah, that's it. That's the Deadpool figure. And of course, in the back, he's got his little holster where he can put his katanas. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching us recommend stuff, and we'll recommend something once again for you next week. I'm Captain Logan,
and I'm Vince.